Morning. As you can see, it's a horrible foggy day, but we're out with the 260 on the Subsoiler, and I've just got this little bit of headland to finish, so that's not too bad. So I thought I'd do a bit of a review on the 260, since it's a fairly new model of tractor. It's got about 400 hours on it, and yeah, tell you what I like about it and don't like about it. But first of all, I thought I'll address a couple of things. The channel name, for those of you who've noticed, have changed to Will's Farm and Life. I'm Will. I'm a third generation farmer. I farm with, there's me, my dad, my mum, and yeah, we'll do 500 acres, 400 of it's arable, and that's where we're at. Anyway, tractor. So 260 Puma, why do I get it? The 240 Puma on the drill, when it was heavy going, was sometimes not quite enough, either grip wise or power wise, so we were thinking of adding wheel weights to the 240 to give it a bit more grip, and we didn't really want to chip it, but we could have done with something a bit more power. So when we found out these were coming out, we put my name down for one, and yeah, really like it. So it's a model between the long wheelbase Pumas, so your 185s to 240s, and the Optum, so it sits in between the Optums and the 240 Puma. It's a little bit bigger than the 240 Puma, not as big as an Optum physically. It's got bigger diameter wheels on it than the 240s get, so you get better, bigger footprint on the ground for better grip. The tractor is slightly heavier. I don't actually know how much heavier. A bit heavier, got a bit more power, so it's 260 horsepower, boost to 300. But that's like road and PTO power. When it's pulling like this, I think it's 260. It might even, I don't know if they say it goes up to 280 when it needs to, I don't know. Tractors nowadays have that many different power management settings. I don't know what does what now, but that's just what I've been told. It's got the new AFS Connect carb on, which you can get on the new long wheelbase tractors, and yeah, it looks nice. I like it. It's got bigger fuel tank now, which the older 240s desperately needed. We used to run out of fuel on the 240s on a good day's drilling, and I mean, you wouldn't even have a long day. If you started at 8 o'clock in the morning, by 7 o'clock at night you'd be well onto the red. So nice to have a bigger fuel tank. Got little compartments here, good for storing stuff. A toolbox on the top. As you can see, much bigger diameter wheel. We've got 5 spools in our tractor because the drill requires 5. We normally only use 4. Normally need to only use 4, but if you happen to lose GPS signal, you want the 5th one for the markers. So a couple of things I'm not a fan of. Turning circles, the main one. It's significantly worse than 240 for actually turning. You do notice it a lot. I know you could push the front wheels out slightly further if you wanted to, but then they're already in line with the outer wheels on the back one. You'd make it a lot wider on the road, and it's wide enough as it is already. And when we get to the wave bridge where we lead corn into, it's on a wave bridge with metal girders on the side, and it's already close enough to catching that, so I don't want to be any closer. The new carb, these AFS Connect carbs are really nice, really lovely, really good fit and finish on them. It's definitely brought Case up to the level where it needed to be, because the old style carbs were getting a bit dated, and the A pillar there was getting a bit dated, the old ones which had all the buttons down there. and then the old Pro 700 was getting well dated. But no, it's a nice finish on this cab. Things I like about it, it's a bigger cab, so I'm 6'2" and I can stretch out, you know, rest my feet there, so it's comfortable for a day. Like the new layout of this on here, everything nearly all the buttons are configurable, so you can configure these to do what you want. You can change what these do, what these do. It's all, you know, you can change which way around your spools are, if you know, what colour you want where. The ability to configure how you want a lot of stuff is a lot better on this tractor. So start over here. Well, start here first. You can see this is all different now. So the really old 180 we've got, it used to have a pouch there, so you could put like whatever you wanted in it. Then the other 240s had a little cooler box in there, so you could lift that up and then there's a cooler box for like your drinks and that. But on these new ones, they've got rid of that. They've put your air vents there, and the cooler box now lives under the passenger seat. So it's a bigger cooler box than on the previous tractors. But obviously, it means if you've got a passenger in and you want a cold drink, or you want to get, like, you know, a sandwich or something out, it's a bit more of an inconvenience. I think I quite liked it when it was in the front there. That's just me. There's a little cubby holder here with the 3-pin plug in there, USB plug there, and just, yeah, I've got it full of just rubbish. As you can see, the new digital like display up there is a lot clearer and a lot simpler, and it just shows you everything you need to know on there. You know, your fuel level, AdBlue level. So yeah, that's a much better display. One other thing I like to do, one other thing I really like about it, I know John Deere's, I've done it for a long time, but the steering wheel now goes up and down with a foot pedal. That's much better than the little thing you used to have to grab there. Also, the exhaust brake is down there instead of it being a pedal there. That's a much better feature on these new cars, because well, first of all, on this tractor you can actually turn the button off, so you can't accidentally knock it if you like work and land like this. Which brings us on to why I like it there, because in the past I've had passengers in when I've been drilling on the 240, and because the pedal sticks out there, they'll either drop a bag on it or they'll knock it with their foot when they're turning around, and the tractor will be pulling up a hill and you hit the exhaust brake and then it just cuts all the revs on the tractor, and the tractor just goes woo. So that's a much better feature, being able to have it there so it's the back of your heel and you can just turn it on and off on the screen, or you can turn it to auto. Yeah, I like this display. I could talk to you for hours how you can set things up and how things are better on there, or how you set this up, but ooh, that was a stone. So the legs tripped itself, like obviously broken the shear bar on there. It's brought itself forward, so I need to just get that clipping done, push it in and clip it on again. It's the theory. Right. That's it. Anyway, back to the review. So, yeah, that's all really good there. You know, you can change stuff on the screen there, and you've got shortcut buttons to get, you know, to different pages, so your phone and your media and the climate control if you want to use it through there. You can also use you know, do your climate control up there. Yeah, so you've got radio, you know, mirror buttons, light buttons. You get memory 1 and memory 2 buttons now, so if I use this shortcut button, if I press the hydraulic one, it comes up with the menus here, and I can go on to like lights, Then you get different memories, what memory tune you can select which lights you want on and off. So if I press like number 1, I've just got the front ones on like that. So it's a lot better than having to, because on the old tractors you used to have to press your front light, your bottom carb light, you know, you used to have to do that all the time you wanted lights on, whereas that's a much better feature. Or you can have that configured to have your lights on and off. You can have however you want it. So everything's like, you know, configurable. You got your temperature there. You can change, you know, how you have stuff laid out. You know, it's all, a lot of it's all just through here now. You know, you can do, that's where you can turn your floor switch on and off, you know, transmission stuff. You know, it's all, could spend hours going into there. As you can see, we've got the keyless go on this tractor. I quite like that feature, so it's push button to go. And then yeah, I've got the metal bars there, so you can attach monitors and things to it. I've got the CB and the drill camera onto it. There's also like a metal slidey bar up here, so you can fit these little things too, and you can have, you know, multiple things on there. Cup holders, they're in a good spot because obviously you sit like this all the time and then you've got your drinks just there. A lot more room around the back of the cab, so you can actually store stuff. So I think Case have done a really good job with these new cabs on them, you know, brought it up. I really like the 260, it pulls well, you know, it's using about 80% power for doing this subsoiling. It is hard ground like in here, but it's, you know, pulling away quite nicely, 1500 RPM, not really using much fuel. I really like it, and I'd recommend anyone who hasn't had a go with one of them or hasn't had a go with a Case tractor to definitely have a look at them. So right, that's me finished with the subsoiler. I'm gonna just tidy it off and head back to the farm. So yeah, hopefully, you know, showed you this tractor around and you enjoyed it. If you've got any other questions about it, just ask us. I'll try and answer what I can. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.